Capcom presents Marvel Comics on Mob.
DC and Star Wars.
Yes, just add in Spawn. Yeah, that's just give me Spawn. Like that's where my brain goes.
Capcom just indirectly
Capcom,
makes
no,
Fortnite a fighting game.
that's just it. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Fortnite already got a music mode. They got a racing mode. Just do the fighting
The,
mode. There you go.
like, the ad should just be Goku versus Superman. Billions of people would install.
Just do that.
But yeah,
Yeah,
make
no, that's a
music.
different conversation. Yeah. Fortnite is, of course, one of the biggest video games around. Regardless of if you love it or hate it, you cannot deny the influence it has had on the industry, even some of the negatives it has inspired. One thing people see this game to be is a hub and to some extent a variation of the Oasis from Ready Player One. It's still better than the Facebook metaverse, even though it's not trying to be that. You can see this from the different avatars, the different game modes that you and your buddies can play. However, as much as the music, Lego, racing, Fall Guys, Zombie Horde, Battle Royale are somewhat engaging, they do not fit the same gap that fighting games do. Honestly, I came up with this idea when doing that Marvel vs. Capcom 4 wishlist stream. You can check it out on the card above. So this isn't really me begging Epic for a new mode. This is more just me having fun with conceptualizing an idea that'll probably never happen. Besides, the FGC has been eating good recently, and we're even getting Marvel back, not to mention Power Stone and CVS. Why I say this? Not everyone can afford a fancy new console, a high-end PC, or a $70 to $100 game. I see this mode as being a way to bring in more casual players and introduce them to the fighting game genre, and to some extent, introducing them to some fighting game legends. Before we start, please leave a like, subscribe, and if you do play Fortnite, consider using my code at checkout the next time you're in the shop. Now, I know Fortnite already has Ryu, Chun-Li, and some other Street Fighter legends, but I would like Fight Night to be a weapon-based fighter. Hear me out. One of the most recognizable things about Fortnite is the pickaxe, and the different variations of weapons to use in place of them. Except for lightsabers, for some reason they're locked to May the 4th. Since there are already multiple variations of weapons already with their own attack animation, why not use that as a base? At launch, start off with 4 different weapon types, maybe a pickaxe, a sword, a sai, some hammers, and each one has their own unique and different fighting styles with their own frame data and animations. Regardless of which skin you use, it'll play the same idle and attack animation per style, unless you pick a specific set. Maybe Leonardo with his katanas could be a different idle animation that matches his personality. Speaking of skins and characters, one of my biggest, and I mean biggest issues with Fortnite is the lack of any voice acting with these crossover characters or any player character. Why does the Merc with the mouth not use his mouth? I believe that for this mode exclusively, the player characters should have voices, or at least some grunt noises or something. Epic and Fortnite have enough money, and some of these characters have some overlap in voice actors in the past. So I can see most of these getting some voice lines. I can 100% see Troy Baker's Batman and Jonesy's fighting James Arnold Taylor's Spider-Man and Obi-Wan. Why would I push for voice acting, you say? Well, one, isn't going to happen. So let me use my imaginary budget. And two, voice lines are important in fighting games. Can you imagine Ryu throwing a Hadouken without saying Hadouken? Or Scorpion pulling his opponent with a spear without Ed Boon screaming, "Get over here!" No, you can't. Well, that last one's a little bit debatable, but anyways, this is also kind of why the first Knicks All-Star Brawl felt so empty and barren at launch, other than its player base. Voice acting will give these characters a chance to show off their personalities and maybe give the original skins one as well. Now, I'm pretty sure we all know that Fortnite is technically the biggest crossover of all time, right next to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, of course, the idea of Superman versus Goku and Darth Vader versus Rick Sanchez and Guy versus League of Legends and Ellen Ripley versus the T-800 Terminator would probably come to mind. Like I mentioned earlier, the game already got a ton of Street Fighter skins. What if we got more FGC related skins? Imagine some Killer Instinct, maybe some SNK, or even some Soul Calibur reps in this. One thing I'm confident in is that these crossover skins can help raise awareness of these franchises for the younger player base. It is a hard pill to swallow, but why else would Fortnite add in Fry, Leela, and Bender as soon as Hulu releases a new season of the show? To cross promote. It does go both ways as well. I'm pretty sure someone's kid started watching the original Predator film with Arnie after unlocking the Predator skin in Fortnite. Going back to the game concept itself, as mentioned before, I think it should be a 2D weapon-based fighting game. 2 rounds with a 90-second timer, and to prevent this from being the first Mugen roster that people will demand a balance patch for, the frame data and attack animations will be tied to weapon variations. The character's looks will be based on who the player picks as their skin, and the weapon can be selected before the start of each match. Similar to how the music mode got the instruments, the player could use their own pickaxes as skins for their set weapons. I also think the fighting system should work around a groove or power system, so that the player can select based on their own playstyle. Maybe they'll pick one that'll help them close the gap, or something that acts as a zoning tool, or they could select something that could stun their opponents so they could set up for combos. Speaking of which, to keep things simple, the control scheme should be similar to what Soul Calibur has. Basically a 4-button setup: normal, special, kick, and a block button. If the player presses both normal and the block, they can perform a throw. As much as I do enjoy motion inputs, I think a simple directional system will help ease new players in. Something to what Power Rangers Battle for the Grid did, or what Project L, aka 2XKO, aka Double Knockout, as I shall be calling it. Along with this 1v1 idea, I would like to play around with the idea of a KOF style mode as well for Fortnite squad players. This way, groups of 4 can fight together and learn together. The main issue that I currently have with this mode, though, is that I can see a lot more immature teammates blaming each other if and when they lose. However, considering Fortnite is labeled as a team game, this could be a separate mode. Another mode I would like to see happen could be similar to a party mode in Dragon Ball FighterZ, where 3 players work together to be one tough enemy or boss. The player should also be able to use music from the tracks that they have unlocked or bought as their own intros and outros to matches. And I guess to match Fortnite's type of game, in between rounds, the winning player should be able to emote for a few seconds so they can taunt their opponent. Imagine Jack Sparrow just beats you up with a baseball bat and then starts doing surfing bird. Other mechanics and features could be added in over time, like new weapon and fighting styles, or even a super meter or special finishes. This fighting mode should have an arcade mode as well. This should have different endings based on the player's final scores and the current season's theme. Speaking of, just like other big modes in Fortnite, they all have their own seasons with their own content. While I'm not a fan of the whole Battle Pass idea, but if this mode doesn't make the rewards exclusive FOMO items, I don't mind. If they do go the Battle Pass route, each season should have 1 free skin and 2 premium skins, as well as a couple emotes, banners, and such. These should all focus around 2 or 3 FGC reps or characters known for fighting, preferably with weapons though. This should cost between $8 to $10 max, and the players should be able to get that same currency back. Now, I don't want any of the systems or move sets or any of the actual gameplay mechanics be locked behind a paywall, but I still think the cosmetic items should be paid. Maybe not at stupid prices, but at least something reasonable. Fortnite is a free to play game and is also one of the most easily accessible games on the market, but still needs to make some money. However, this game should be played locally, right? What if Epic turns their mobile app into a QR scanner? That way, when players visit each other or go to tournaments or casual meetup events, it can be easy for players to access the skins and outfits. Still, I don't see them making it offline, unfortunately. Yeah. When would be the perfect time for something like this to be released and announced? Evo. Epic could partner with PlayStation to market the mode and perhaps even shadow drop it. Evo is legit known to be the E3 for fighting games, and despite not having gone myself, I can see a lot of hype surrounding this if revealed with the right characters, the right music, and timing. Don't market it as Fortnite the fighting game. Market it as a celebration of the genre and its legacies. As mentioned before, if there is one thing Fortnite is good at, it's introducing audiences to different franchises. As mentioned at the start, Fortnite is basically a hub at this point with multiple game modes and activities. So, introducing players to one of the best genres out there is a solid move. Let's also be honest here. I don't know how comfy everyone is seeing their favorite characters gunning down people, unless they are known for that. And recent fighting games are known for their over the top crossovers. Epic, if you want some easy money and a whole new playbase, consider this as a mode. Besides, a first person mode doesn't make any sense. Why would you pay for a skin that you cannot see? Why? So I think I want to end this off by mentioning who should be developing this, just putting it out there. Most of you are probably going to be saying Capcom or Bandai or SNK or NRS. I wouldn't want any of them to do this, and Epic is definitely not, wouldn't develop this internally. So my vote is someone who has worked on a free-to-play fighting game and sort of started this whole season pass thing. My vote is Iron Galaxy. They did KI 2013, and it's probably one of the more unique fighting games. And if they follow that sort of model with, say, a Fortnite style, then imagine how good that will be. Imagine that sort of budget and love and care, because these guys clearly love their source material. I mean, it would be awesome to see that happen. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments below and I shall reply where possible. Please also consider subscribing for future content and hit that notification bell. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.